Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is very imminent. Our goal with this episode is to kind of do a bit of a review and also kind of hit some of those, these are the things you'll need to know moving forward type stuff. And so if we look back on refreshing our memory on Five Nights at Freddy's. Welcome to the commentary booth, where we watch, and you guessed it, commentate on the week that was in movies and TV. I'm your host and play-by-play commentator, Jamie Apps, and each week I'm joined by a rotating cast of colour commentators to help you find your next viewing treat. This week I'm joined by an impact fee technician who lists their favourite movie as A Nightmare on Elm Street and favourite TV show as Golden Girls. Welcome back to the show, Corrina, Bucky Mabey.
Yes, it's holiday season. So yeah, I got my Bucky's pajama, actually my whole Bucky's pajama outfit on. I've got the shirt and I have the matching Bucky's pajama Christmas pants, because that's how I roll in my life. If Bucky should sponsor me at this point, like, I would happily be the spokesperson for them. I have so much merchandise from Bucky's, it's kind of
it's a problem.
It's not a problem. It's only a problem if you admit it.
Problems and Bucky's ain't one.
Oh my God. You know what? Bucky's is magical. You even said so yourself. It was like going into Narnia. You didn't say those exact words, but I know that's what you were feeling.
It's like going into something.
It's a magical place where you can literally do like a cookout from start to finish, including buying a grill and charcoal to get it started.
But this week we are not doing a barbecue. This week we are grabbing a slice of pizza as we return to Freddy Fazbear's to refresh our memories of the past and prepare for the arrival of Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which will release in Australia on this coming Thursday, December 4th. I think it's Friday, December 5th for you.
I don't know. I'll check with my kid, since she decided to abandon me and go with her friends instead of going with me. So yeah, probably something along those lines.
So the original Five Nights at Freddy's released in 2023.
Yep.
It is a supernatural horror film based on the video game series created by Scott Cawthon. The film was directed by Emma Tammy, written by Cawthon, Tammy, and Seth Kudabak. It follows a troubled security guard who begins working at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, which is kind of like a Chuck E. Cheese type place. But during his 5 nights on the job, he realizes that something is wrong with the pizzeria and pretty soon finds the truth about the animatronics. Starring Josh Hutcherson as Mike Schmidt, the security guard, Piper Rubio as Abby Schmidt, his younger sister, and Elizabeth Lale as Vanessa Shelley, a local police officer. And the last sort of big main character, Matthew Lillard as William Afton, who is Mike's career counselor. And then later we find out something a little bit more sinister as well.
Yes.
Thoughts, ideas, comments, concerns on Five Nights at Freddy's, history with Five Nights at Freddy's? Go for it.
I don't have history with Five Nights at Freddy's. My kid does, so all my history comes from her. I did not know what Five Nights at Freddy's was until my kid started talking about this stupid fucking video game. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, do your thing, girl. And then she goes, Mom, it's coming out as a movie. You gotta see it. And I did not see it initially because I was like, that's not my jam, but you go have fun. And then I watched it without you because I was a jerk. And totally.
Yeah, we had been planning to watch this forever, and then one day Corrina's just like, oh yeah, I watched Five Nights at Freddy's. I was like, I thought we were watching this together or something. I've been holding off watching this for weeks because we were supposed to watch it together.
Yeah, I really thought that you had watched it prior to me watching it, so I thought you had...
You and my mother are very similar.
I don't know what you mean.
This weekend, I go out to the lounge room, I'm like, oh, what are you watching? Mom's like, oh, Landman. I was like,
fuck.
What? We were supposed to watch that together. And she goes, oh, I thought you already watched it. No, I've been holding off watching it until we could watch it together.
Whoops. Well, yeah, so it's fine. Yeah, I watched it because I think I was like...
So screw you all, I'm not holding off watching stuff anymore. I'm just going to watch things when I want to watch them.
Well, I think my whole thing was like it had been out for a while, so I was like, oh, I think Jamie probably already watched it, or I thought maybe you had gotten like a screener for it or something. So I was like, I'm just gonna watch it because Chloe keeps bugging me to watch it, and then she decided that that was a cool enough movie for her to want to be hanging out with me for the night. So we watched it and had a hangout party with snacks. And I loved it. I had so much fun with it. And then when you came and visited last time,
much better than I expected as well.
Yeah, because then when you came to visit, that's when we decided to have like a family movie night, and everybody, including the dog, piled into my damn bed. We all watched Five Nights at Freddy's. It was ridiculous. So then I didn't feel so bad that because you finally got to see it. But no, it was fun. Having never played the video game, I thought it was fantastic. I had a lot of fun. And I knew it was a Blumhouse movie, so it was going to be great. And then when I saw Matthew Lillard on the cast, I was like, oh, this will be really fun. And then I had to explain to my daughter who he was because obviously she did not recognize him initially. Because it had been so long
since. For her, he's just the Five Nights at Freddy's guy.
Well, she knows who he is from Scream, but it did not register that it was the same person because he does still look very similar, but his like mannerisms have completely changed because he's obviously grown up. So she did not catch on at first that it was the same guy. And then of course she recognized Josh Hutcherson from Hunger Games. So that's what she was going on. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. It was great for apparently for the fans of the game. It was well done. That's what she said, at least, that she felt like she had a lot of fun watching it as a fan. And then it did so well. It turned into a house for horror nights, which was super cool. Because I got to walk through the movie essentially. But yeah, no, I like this. I had a lot of fun with this. This is a fun movie. I'll rewatch it whenever.
Yeah, I can't recall if I got an invite to the screening of the first one. I think I might have and just like skipped it because I was like it's a video game film adaptation. Probably not going to be the greatest film of all time.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, when we watched it, I was like, that was actually a lot better than I expected. It was the production level's really good. The performances are really good. And the story's actually fun. And like, not ridiculous like I expected it to be. And like you said, it seems to do a lot of like Easter eggy stuff and like nods to the game and capturing the vibe of the game. Like there's a moment where you see one of the animatronics like walk in the background past like a fan in the wall.
Yeah.
And you see like the shadow walk past it. A lot of the like security cam stuff, like I've seen like clips of the game being played by like streamers and things.
Yeah.
So I sort of know how the game plays out. Yeah, to see it in movie film, I was like, I didn't think this game in particular had enough story to make a good movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, they seem to have done a really good job. I don't know if this is like the exact story or if this is a new adaptation for the movies, but it seems to work well. I think it's based on the game.
Yeah, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Chloe said that it was very true to, like, I guess the first one, and then I guess she said that this second film is based on the second game because certain characters are getting introduced into the second movie that were in the second game and not in the first, so that's exciting. I was also really super impressed with the animatronics, the way that they came out and were portrayed on film, as well as with the Horror Nights animatronics that they put into that house. Like, I was shocked by that, but yeah, it was just really fun to see it. They didn't look like, I was glad that they didn't, or I don't know if they did, but it didn't look like they really used CG for the animatronics except for maybe like certain spots. But like they were awesome looking. It was like looking at animatronics in like a ride or something like that, like an attraction at like a theme park. That's what I took it apart.
Like it captures that sort of 90s
vibe,
Chuck E. Cheese vibe and things like that.
Do you guys have Chuck E. Cheese over there, or did you have Chuck E. Cheese over there? Okay.
No, I just know it from TV.
Oh, I didn't know if you guys like had anything similar.
Not really.
Oh.
But yeah, like I think, like you said, the animatronics from the movie look really good because they did use some CGI, but it was mainly physical.
Okay.
So it's like, it's costumes with performers in them, except for the one that's like a skeleton, basically, like a robot skeleton.
Springtrap.
That one is like a puppet.
Yeah.
And they were all made by Jim Henson's Creature Shop. So it's no surprise that they look great. It's like, yeah, they didn't cheap out on, we'll just get some random costume guy to make these. Like they went to the premier puppet place.
Yeah, which is fantastic and awesome because I mean everything that comes out of that like factory facility, they're always on point, like top notch everything.
Yeah, and the way they did it is like whenever the animatronics are just like standing in place, they are just puppeteers controlling the hands and the head.
Yeah.
But then when they have to actually
Walk.
walk around and move,
Yeah.
they put a person in that suit.
Yeah.
And they still have the puppeteers control the hands and the head.
That's fantastic.
But like just the legs and everything is an actual person walking.
Yeah. No, that's it, and it comes across so well because they do look like they're just walking animatronics at that point, which is super cool. And I think it kind of makes it a little bit more creepy because obviously, like when growing up and have gone to Chuck E. Cheese like a couple times, like in general, Chuck E. Cheese is kind of a freak. Like it freaked me out, like a giant fucking rat walking around. It was really fucking weird.
It's such a random like mascot to have for a food place.
It really is.
Oh, yeah, a rat.
I worked at Disney for years and like it was nothing for me to like see Mickey Mouse and stuff walking around and it's like completely normal. But when you put a rat into like neon colored clothes and stick him in a pizza joint, it's really weird. So, and I feel like I probably would have preferred Freddy Fazbear's shit anyway because he had like a whole song and dance with his animatronics.
So yeah, like we're revisiting this now, obviously, like I said, because Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is very imminent. Our goal with this episode is to kind of do a bit of a review and also kind of hit some of those, these are the things you'll need to know moving forward type stuff. And so if we look back on refreshing our memory on Five Nights at Freddy's, like we said, it's about Mike Schmidt, a security guard, who takes on this new job at this abandoned pizza restaurant.
Yep.
And then some things start to go a little bit haywire. What did you think of how this story played out? Were you surprised by how well it all seemed to flow? Like it didn't... Some of these like horror movies, they can get to the point where it's like, oh, the ending falls flat because they were too focused on making it scary or they were too focused on the kills.
Yeah.
I don't think this has that problem. I think every part fits nicely.
Yeah, and also like this isn't a movie that's going to be like super kill heavy because it is, I think that they know their target audience is definitely like teenagers and then parents of the teenagers. So you've got like people like me who like any kind of like horror franchise kind of movie. And then you have people like my kid who are just fans of the game. And so I think they played really well into this whole, yes, it's a scare, like it's a spooky game, but it's not focusing on like kills necessarily. It's focusing on like you figuring out like why they're doing this or like what is making them do this kind of thing. And so I think it was really,
and it leaves a lot to the imagination in terms of the kills. Like they are,
they're not on screen.
it's pretty
necessarily.
It's obvious what's happening, but it's not like in your face. It's not Saw or
No.
Hostel or anything. Like it's not blatant, but it has allusions to that. Like that the very first kill with the like mask with the spinning eyeball things.
It's so
like,
cool.
oh, it's very Saw inspired without pushing that boundary because I think it's PG rated over there.
Max. But yeah, no, I love it because of the fact that it doesn't have to depend on necessarily like gore and stuff like that. It just plays on your mind of like, we're going to show you like the silhouette of somebody that could potentially be in a bad situation. And you're going to decide like how or if they got killed or if they just like kind of like injured them. Because Carl's Cupcake.
And you might see like, you might see a witness or a survivor like get some blood splatter on their face and that's it.
Like, the Cupcake Carl is my favorite thing because of how ridiculous it is that there's a cupcake that flies and attacks people, essentially, like flies through the... Yeah. But yeah, even like his kills and stuff, it's just implied that, yes, that person definitely died because they got attacked by a giant fucking cupcake. So... Yeah,
like there's one scene where it's like shown where the cupcake's like trying to eat the guy's face.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, he's dead. Yes. We know he's dead, but it's not showing us the face being smushed or anything.
And when you look at it from that perspective, it's almost like humorous. So I like that it's kind of mocking itself almost as being like a horror movie. But yeah, no, I thought it was great. The storyline is actually really fun. The underlining story and like how they tie in past trauma from, the security guard into like the whole him being essentially like he's in the right place at the right time essentially. with getting this job, and it also makes you wonder, like, was he specifically picked out for this, or was it just
100% he
you
was.
know, like, but then you know, it's just little things
When you
here and
find out
there.
about the connection that
Mm-hmm.
William, the career counselor, has to
Freddy.
the Freddy Fazbear's place, you're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, he was targeting this guy.
Yeah, so
Trying to tie up some loose ends from his past.
right. But it's just so much fun to like discover that and see that kind of unfold. Obviously, like Matthew Lillard's character is kind of just like awkward right off the bat anyway. He's like super confrontational and weird as it is. I really gotta give props too to the girl who plays Abby, because she's just so tiny and little, but she's fantastic in this role for someone so young. And her and Josh Hutcherson, they really connected well on screen. And you really did feel like he is like the big brother just looking out for his little sister the whole time. So yeah, I like the whole thing. Like, it flows really nicely. There's no like big plot holes or anything. It pretty much is self-explanatory after a while.
Yeah, and I love the idea of sort of a kid with imaginary friends being this window into the supernatural side. Like, that's kind of always been the thing. Like, oh, this kid has an imaginary friend, whatever. But people are like, yeah, but are they actually seeing shit?
Yeah, like every kid has an imaginary friend.
Is this kid like sensitive to this sort of stuff, or what's happening?
Yeah. So I love it. I like the fact that like she's just drawing these things out like all innocently, and then they end up like piecing together perfectly. You know, her interaction with the animatronics is really fun too, because they're just like so carefree when they're together. And I like that it still shows the innocence somewhat in all of the characters, but at the same time they can also be extremely scary. So
And Piper Rubio, who plays Abby,
yeah.
the little girl, believe she's going to have a much bigger role in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, because it's essentially the same cast returning with a few additions.
Yes.
But the main storyline is her deepening that connection with the spirit world and trying to help these kids that are trapped in these animatronics now. So
yeah,
I'm excited to see where that goes. And obviously that's the sequel. From the sounds of things, we'll most likely be getting a third one.
I would hope so.
Because Matthew Lillard revealed in 2023 at the start of the year that he signed a 3-year deal, like a 3-film deal.
Oh, good.
So even if they don't make the third one, they've still got to pay him. So I imagine he would be the highest bill from this, I assume. So they'll probably get that third one, especially when you look at the performance of this one.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't see it not performing well, because it is such a huge I did not realize how massive the following for this like game franchise was. I also didn't realize how old the franchise was. Like, the games have been out for a very long time. I really when this first came up and my kids started playing it, I thought it was like a new game. Like it was brand new to the scene, and then I found out it had been around for quite a while. I don't know when it came out, but I knew it had been a while. And then they just keep making more and more and more, and they even have one like on VR with the PlayStation, I think. And that's, I think, the only one she actually hasn't played, because we don't have a VR. But I think with the popular,
I think like streaming culture really brought it back. Like,
yeah,
the fact
probably
that a lot more people stream now, and it's one of those like, oh yeah, it's Halloween time, let's play spooky games, and it's a cheap, easy one that everyone sort of has heard of before. So yeah, let's do that, and it just really blew up, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And with the success of it and the fact that they keep pumping out more games, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And there's book series, like she's got a couple of the books and stuff too. So it is a huge franchise, and I think that, you know, with how much publicity it's gotten between the games, the movies, and then obviously with Horror Nights taking it and having that this past year, I think that really helped too. So I don't see this movie performing poorly, and I don't see them not moving forward with the third one at all.
Especially when you reflect back on the performance of this one, the original.
Yeah.
Budget, $20 million.
Yeah, it's pretty small. I mean, for today's standards.
Box office? What are you thinking the box office is around?
I'm gonna presume it broke like 100,000. Did it break 100K? Like 200?
100 mil.
100 mil? Wow. Yeah. Oh, well, there's that. Wait, what? 100 mil?
It's above that.
Oh, that's a lot. There's no
It's
way.
well above that.
You're kidding. Did it break 200 mil?
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm done paying guess the numbers because I would suck at this game. How great did it do? Because that's a lot.
Worldwide box office, $297 million.
This film almost made $300 million.
Yeah, off a $20 million budget.
Is this like one of those top grossing video game film adaptations? Or do you not know that?
It wouldn't be top grossing because Mario made like $1 billion.
I forgot about. I always keep forgetting that Mario is a thing because when I think of like film adaptations, I think of like Resident Evil and like Blood Rain and Doom and shit like that. So I kind of forget that the kids' games are like Minecraft, for instance. I keep forgetting that they all keep getting turned into movies, and they're doing better than like our generational games going into movies. Which good on them, but
Yeah.
that's insane.
So this one made $297 million.
That's a lot.
Blumhouse's highest grossing film and still is to this day.
Which is crazy because Blumhouse has so many movies out there. Like, when you think of, like, certain movies, you're like, oh, I forgot they made that. Oh, I forgot they made that. And they just keep pumping them out, which is crazy.
So I've got the top 10 Blumhouse grossing films.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to try and guess the top 5?
Megan is up there? Maybe?
Megan's in the top 10.
Okay. Black Phone.
Didn't make the top 10.
Purge.
Didn't make the top 10.
What? I'm thinking Freaky? Did Freaky make it anywhere in there?
Nope.
No. Oh my gosh. Why? What? Why? Wait. Was Insidious Blumhouse? No. Oh, was it? Okay. Was that in there anywhere?
One of them is. Probably not the one you're expecting.
Fuck me dead. And then Exorcist did terrible, so that one's not in there.
So the top 5.
Fuck me.
Five Nights at Freddy's is on the top, $297 million.
Yeah.
Split came in second.
Oh, I forgot about that. God, you're going really old on me right now.
It's of all time. Halloween from 2018 is number 3.
Ew.
Of that trilogy, that's the best one by
I was
far.
just saying ew because that whole trilogy's just trash. And I can't believe that beat out other Blumhouse movies.
Halloween 2018 is good. It was the
Other
two
ones that are
sequels that
pretty
sucked.
shit.
Get Out was number 4.
Okay. Oh, Us is probably somewhere up there, right?
No.
Oh, fuck.
Glass is number 5.
Oh, God. The Glass wasn't even that good. Like, I do love me some, like, unbreakable, like, universe, but, come on.
I think those ones did so well because it was like they didn't hype it up as they were connected to Unbreakable.
Oh, that's
and then
true.
they brought them out and people were like, oh shit, that's connected, we gotta go watch it.
Yeah, because like Unbreakable,
find out how it's connected.
I feel like Unbreakable is kind of like a sleeper film. Like not a lot of people really cared about it all that much because it was so weird and like out there. And then Split was cool, but I just don't associate. I keep forgetting that that's a Blumhouse movie.
Split was good. Glass sucked.
Glass was terrible, and the fact that like that's how the trilogy ended was even worse.
Yep. So then the following 5 to round out the top 10: Paranormal Activity 3.
Ew.
The original Paranormal Activity at 7.
Trash.
Insidious Red Door at 8.
Okay.
Also terrible.
Yeah, we're going all over the place with this list. God damn.
Megan was 9th.
Okay.
And Paranormal Activity 2 was 10th.
How does
Those
that
movies
happen?
made a crap ton of money because they cost them nothing.
I was gonna say, like, that's gotta be what it is because their budget was like as small as fuck budget because those movies are awful. Like, if you go back and rewatch those movies, maybe the first Paranormal Activity ain't so bad.
The first Paranormal Activity was great because it was
Right.
like, is this shit real?
Yeah,
It was like
like,
Blair Witch.
Yeah, it's like Blair Witch because like you go for so long without one of those movies coming out, and then you're like, oh shit, like did this really happen? And I remember watching Paranormal Activity for the first time, and I unfortunately did it to myself where I shut all of my lights off and I had one of my friends over, and then I fell asleep watching it because I was so tired, and I left her sitting in my room, and she was like. I woke up and she was like, you fucking bitch. And I was like, what? She was like, you fell asleep on me. And I'm sitting here with no lights on and this shit's making me. I felt so bad. But yeah, like those movies are not that great in my opinion. Like I feel like they have come out with such bangers like after that. So that's
The
nuts.
problem with the Paranormal Activity franchise is they've made like 7 of them now.
Yeah, like, oh man, there's a lot of them, like Spirit Realm or whatever the fuck it's called. Like, I think I fell off, like, at the...
Next of Kin was the most recent one.
I didn't even know that was a thing. So, yeah, I think I fell off when, like, after, like, the 4th one, maybe.
Yeah, when they started to, like, get into the sort of
cults and
stuff, I was like, okay, too far.
Yeah, I was like, this doesn't make any sense now. But no, that's crazy to me that, like... So, what was, like, the box office difference then between, like, FNAF and then, like, the second place movie?
I can't remember that off the top of my head.
Oh.
Yeah, I just looked at, like, the top 10 and was like, oh, okay, there's some random ones in here. But
yeah, like...
yeah, FNAF is by far and away their highest grosser, which is crazy.
Of course. Good.
So it'll be interesting to see if the sequel can, like, live up to that sort of expectation, like, to...
Yeah, I'm expecting
10x, like 10x your budget.
Yeah, like, I mean, I don't know necessarily they're going to hit the box office, but I don't feel like they're going to, like, falter anywhere for that matter.
I think they're going to blow it out of the water.
Yeah, it's probably going to be, like...
Because when this one came out, it went straight to streaming and cinemas simultaneously.
Oh, yeah, that
because they weren't sure about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
Which is why Jason Blum said that even before they released the movie, they made their budget back just on selling the streaming rights.
That makes so much sense. That's insane. But so cool. I love that for this franchise because it's just such a fun... It's such a fun time. Like I said, when you watch this, it's like you're going through a fun house because there is, like, such a cool storyline with it. With, like, the kids and, like, the, serial child kidnapper / killer shenanigans. And, like, the way that it's just portrayed with these kids being in these animatronics it's so much fun. I really love it.
Attention, trading card collectors! Are you ready to take your collection to the next level? Dive into the action with the limited edition Australian wrestling card, showcasing the most electrifying talents Australia has to offer. Imagine owning cards featuring legends such as Robbie Eagles, Shazza McKenzie, Shane Hayes, Madison Eagles, and many, many more. But that's not all. You'll also snag cards of the iconic referees, commentators, and announcers, just like me, Lord Andy Coyne, to truly capture the spirit of Australian independent wrestling. And as our homegrown talent continues to dominate the world stage, OzRest cards are destined to become hot commodities. Not only will you be owning a valuable piece of wrestling history, but you'll also be supporting the amazing wrestlers and talented photographers behind the magic. So don't wait! Grab your Australian wrestling cards now at pariomagazine.com.au/OzRes cards. Order today and kickstart your collection with a bang!
What surprised me about it too, being like such a solid movie as well, it had a bit of a troubled production, like to get the ball rolling on this thing.
Yeah.
It initially began the process of being made into a movie in 2015 under the Warner Brothers studio.
Okay.
And then in March of 2017, they sold it to Blumhouse.
Okay.
I'm like, we don't want this, we can't do it, you guys do it.
Mm-hmm.
So then they took it on. It took them another 6 years to finally begin filming.
Yeah.
So they didn't start filming until April 2023. And then they released it in October.
Yeah, that is insane. Like, that window of, like, film, production, edit, cutting, and then, like, release.
They got it out in 6 months from the moment they started filming.
That is unheard of. And, like, the fact that they can do that with, like, a roughly 2-hour movie, and then it took Netflix, like, 4 years to produce, like, an 8-episode show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at you.
I think what helps this is the fact that they used puppets.
Yeah, probably. Because there's no scheduling conflict
If they were
at that
all
point.
CG, and if they were all CG, that would have taken
forever,
much longer to do.
Mm-hmm. But now, at this point, they just had to wait for the puppets to really be, like, just produced. And considering that, like, most of them are about the same size, really all you had to do is change the head on all of them because their bodies are, for the most part, almost identical.
Yeah, they're probably like a base shell, and then they just skin them.
Yeah. And, yeah, all you have to really do is just change the fur color and then the head shape of them all because they're all roughly the same height and size.
And then another thing I wrote down too was the music in this I really enjoyed as well. It's got that sort of Stranger Things,
Retro
80s, early 90s music vibe.
Yeah.
The credits at the start are like a pixel art style. Like it immediately immerses you in an era and a time place and like a style, like a vibe. Like, yeah, like you said, it's like, oh, we're going back to the early 90s, like kids arcade restaurant type.
Yeah. And I love that too because like they really do stay true. Like you see all the old arcade machines and you see like the prize area and stuff like that. And just like you go in the back and it's like a very standard, like run of the mill kind of kitchen stuff that's going on back there, like nothing really frilly or anything. And then you just have like the storage closets and stuff. So, it's very cut and dry as far as like the set design is concerned, but it's so smart because it's ideal and it's almost identical to the way Chuck E. Cheese still honestly looks. It's no frills or anything like that, but here's our toy area and here's the games and then here's a play area
And the interesting thing too, like with this sequel, depending on what they change up, it's all got to take place in this restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
So if they still have a lot of those props and things,
yes,
their budget can be massively reduced for subsequent ones. It's the same as the games. Like once you build the map,
yeah,
it's just putting the pieces in, so you don't have to rebuild it and rebuild it and rebuild it. So their budget can come down on set design and production side.
Yeah,
and then we just do other things because if they have that set, it's just put the stuff in there and go again. Because it's not like there are scenes that take place outside of the restaurant. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, everything takes place inside that restaurant each night.
And all the scenes that are outside of the restaurant for the most part are flashbacks. So they take like no time to really film that. They could film all of them in one day probably, just like if they have like one outside film shot area.
Yeah, because all those flashbacks take place in the same place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then there's
his house.
A few scenes at Mike's house.
Yeah.
And then the rest, the other, like the diner place. Mm-hmm. And then just outside at a creek.
Yeah. So, like, there's a ton of places.
Big, elaborate set pieces that are outdoors that require big setups.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it's very interesting. I think the thing that they're going to probably end up splurging their budget on is if the rumor mills are true on who they've casted in certain roles. Because there has been, like, a lot of scuttlebutt online as to certain people being brought on board. But I don't know if any of them have actually been confirmed other than, obviously, Matthew Lillard and Skeet Ulrich coming in, which is super cool for Scream fans because that's fucking awesome. I don't care.
I read 4 confirmed additions.
Okay.
So we have Skeet Ulrich, Wayne Knight, McKenna Grace is another sort of big name that they're adding to it, and Tio Briones are the other additions. So it'll be interesting to see what they are. But yeah, like the kids and stuff, they can just get like all the kid. If there's new kid additions, they're going to be relatively unknown. So
yeah.
It's kind of Skeet and McKenna Grace are the 2 big known additions.
Yeah, and then there was a couple of rumors online, and I had read like a couple articles about Jack Black possibly being linked to a certain character, which Chloe kind of flipped her lid on it, and she's like, I hope that's not a true rumor because the character is her favorite one, and she's not looking forward to it. And then there was another rumor, and I don't know if anything ever happened with that, where Megan Fox was also loosely tied to a particular character in this in the second one, which again, if that is the case, my kid is not going to be very happy about it. So I kind of hope that's not true.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Like I would prefer they just stay away from like the big celebrity additions just because they can. Now I'd prefer keep it like this one was, where it was like 1 or 2 and everyone else is kind of essentially unknown. Because it fits, especially horror movies, like when it's a big known person, you're like, oh, are they going to really die in a fancy way?
Yeah, and then, I love the fact that Matthew Lillard and Skeet Ulrich are going to be together in this movie. Like, I think this is the coolest thing, especially for, like, young horror fans and, like, older generational horror fans, because, anytime that they're on screen together, it's great. And then they've been doing, like, press releases and, like, conventions together, and they have such a fun dynamic together. So when he was like officially announced on the second Five Nights at Freddy's, I literally squealed. I was like, oh, they're back together. And of course, my kid looked at me like I had 5 fucking heads. But I think it's fun, like, because they really are, like, for me, they are staple, like, in the horror genre. And so it's
Especially in like 90s horror.
yeah. So like for 90s babies like me, I think this is super cool. And I'm going to be happy if they just kept it, like you said, very, very small, because honestly, the animatronics don't need someone huge, because you're never going to see them. You're going to hear their voice and call it a day.
It'll pull you out of it if it's like, oh, that's Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, like I couldn't imagine.
Or
like,
Jack Black.
Right, like, is that John Cena playing Freddy's voice? Like, I can see him. This doesn't make sense. So, but yeah, like, I don't know. I'm happy with smaller actors being in these small, like, not necessarily small roles, but these roles that they don't require a lot of like face time. They require the person to just embody that character. And when you're in an animatronic, it's no big deal. Like, you don't have to really do a whole lot.
So I've got 5 or 6 doc points here of like things that we need to sort of remember to keep in mind ahead of FNAF 2.
Yes.
Mike's dreams about the missing children and how that kind of plays and messes with his psyche, and he starts to believe he can interact with his dreams. And I love there's a little like teaser for that at the beginning, like in the prologue, where he's talking to his security guard co-worker at the mall food court.
Yeah.
And they're talking about like this dream book where they're talking about like lucid dreaming and controlling your dreams. So
yeah,
I imagine that will come back into the second one. Mm-hmm. Abby's drawings and how that unlocks the memories for the ghosts and the kids and how they interact. Obviously, with this movie being the sequel being set 1 year later, and it's about Abby reconnecting with her friends, the animatronics, and going back and interacting more. I imagine her being able to do those drawings and show the kids what they have forgotten or don't understand will be a big part. Obviously, the animatronics being possessed kids is a huge thing, but if you forgot that, you didn't watch the first one and pay any attention at all.
Yep.
Vanessa, the police officer's connection to the pizzeria founder as well is also a big thing.
Yeah.
William Afton's, obviously, his reveal.
Yes.
The Matthew Lillard character reveal and his role is clearly a big thing. And the way that they leave him too, where it kind of, you think there's the kids finally got their revenge and he's dead. Mm-hmm. And then we kind of get that little post, like right at the end scene where he's still alive, barely, and they just lock him in the office.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, so that's where they left the door. Because when I went back to rewatch it, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm pretty sure they killed the guy.
Yeah.
How do we get a sequel out of this? I'm pretty sure the guy's dead.
Yeah, and then...
But yeah, he's apparently survived and trapped inside the suit, but also inside the restaurant still.
Right, yeah, and it's fun because, like, having a kid that played it, she was just like, oh, you're going to be so excited because it's not over. And I was like, what do you mean it's not over? And she was just like, well, you know, that's the real villain right there, not Freddy. Everybody thinks, oh, yeah, Freddy Fazbear and the animatronics are the real villains, and that's not the case. And now you're going to see, especially in the second one, how crazy things get, and this character and that character. And I'm just like, dude, there's so many things going on right now. I need you to calm down.
So yeah, on the Wikipedia for the sequel, it says it's set 1 year later, focusing on Abby reconnecting with the animatronics, is inspired by the second game, and explores the origins of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza and the killer and how it all came to be that these possessed kids were in these animatronics in this restaurant to begin with. So probably be a bit darker and a bit more... There might be a few more scenes away from the restaurant because it's about that serial
kidnapper,
abduction, killing law.
Yeah, it'd be so funny, like, I don't know what it was. Like, I think I was just I went down like a weird conspiracy rabbit hole thing, and somebody was just like, how funny would it be if the grabber from Black Phone and then the guy from Freddy Fazbear was somehow connected in a weird way? And I was just like, I mean, there have been crazier things, but it's a very similar, like, parallel universe almost. Like,
Yeah, I wouldn't have them like connected in a deep way, but they should have in one of the. I would have loved to have in like one of the Black Phone 2 when we're getting more lore about the grabber.
Yeah.
If there was a scene where he was eating at a Freddy Fazbear's.
Yeah, how, like, it could, because they're both, like, Blumhouse movies, like, that would have been so wild to have them somehow, like, interconnected in a very, like, loose manner. I just think that's, like,
or even if you just got, like, a Freddy Fazbear's pizza delivered or something.
Yeah, so something crazy and, like, out
pizza.
of line. That's just my, like, wild life of me going down rabbit holes at, like, 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah.
So that is Five Nights at Freddy's 1, rewatched, reviewed, refreshed ahead of Five Nights at Freddy's 2. What would you rate Five Nights at Freddy's?
Oh, I love it. I love it. It's a 5 for me. Even it's as weird as it is to say that FNAF is a 5 for me. It is. It's a fun movie. It's got a really decent plot, especially for like a more modern horror movie, and I especially love the fact of how well it's been an adaptation of a video game, because most video game movies suck. And the casting was great. The flow of everything is just fun, and it's just a fun movie. Like, I could go back and just put it on anytime and just have a blast.
Yeah, I'd probably say a 4. Like, it's really good. It's like surprisingly good. If you go into this expecting, it's probably not going to win like crazy awards, but it is a movie where if you go in just expecting to have a fun time, or even go in with, like, we went in with really low expectations. It probably helped us in the long run. Like, if we were a big fan of the games and went in expecting incredible things, it might not have reached those goals, but we went in expecting, this will be trash. Mm-hmm. And it blew us both away, which I think is very fun. Mm-hmm. I'm excited for the sequel, so I will be checking that out this week, and my review will be written up and available next Friday.
That'd be fun. Yeah, I told Chloe that she ruined your plan of me having to go see this for you. And then she goes...
Only because there's no cinema in my town at the moment, which sucks.
She goes, it's fine, I'll take notes. And I was like, the fuck you're gonna take notes? You're 16 years old and you're going in to watch a movie and your favorite character of the entire franchise is debuting in the movie. Like, she's gonna be completely just like flabbergasted and just, yeah, it's gonna be ridiculous. I can't depend on her for anything. So yeah, you get the lovely task of dragging your ass to the movies and going to write.
Yeah, I wouldn't be so pissed if the cinema here was open, but they are still closed and they have been for like a year now. I don't think my cinema is opening back up, personally.
Yeah, you need to have a conversation with those folks. Like, hey, bitch, what's going on here? Like, hello?
Yeah, they've been fixing that roof on that cinema for a very long time. They've either run out of money or are never reopening.
Well, that's tough.
Which is fun.
That's tough.
But for everyone else, thank you for listening to The Commentary Booth. If you enjoyed the show, please remember to rate, review, and subscribe on podcast services and on YouTube. You can follow Corrina on Instagram at Miss Corrina Renee. And where else?
And you can follow me on Instagram at living_dead_books for all the book talk reviews at the moment, which I've been on a hiatus because it was my birthday week. So I took the week off for myself, but I'm diving back in. I've got 2 audiobooks and ebook that I'm currently in the middle of reading. So I've got 3 different books going on in my head right now, and it's fantastic. It's great. Don't judge me. Fuck off.
You squirrel inside your own brain.
What?
You squirrel inside your own brain.
I didn't squirrel. I have certain things going on. I listen to 1 audiobook on Spotify because I get 15 hours of listening time a month with my Spotify. And then I had signed up for the Black Friday deal on Audible, which is 99 cents for 3 months. So I've got another book on Audible going on. And then I have a book on my Kindle, and I had already started that one. So yeah, it's fine. I've got 3 different books, and I know exactly where I am in every single one of them. And it's fine. I don't understand what you don't understand about it and how... Whatever.
No, that's crazy.
It's fine.
But otherwise... You can follow me on social media at Jamieros Media and at Pario Magazine. And stay tuned for award season, Christmas season, and episode 300.
That's insane. I wish I wish that episode 300 was not happening around Christmas time, because then we could have totally gone off the wall and watched 300 for the 300th episode. How cool would that have been? Yeah.
That would have been cool, but 300 is literally the Christmas episode this year. So I was like, well, I guess we're doing Gremlins because Corrina wanted to do Gremlins.
Because Gremlins is it's a movie that we can agree upon is a Christmas movie for once.
It ain't no Jingle All the Way.
It ain't no fucking Die Hard either, but you've got a problem with that, we address that problem every fucking year. And it's okay to be wrong, Jamie.